The Arcturian Group Message, December 7, 2014. Dear ones, we welcome you. In this time of love and celebration, you are being pressured from all sides to believe that more is better, that more gifts, more parties, and more activity will equal happiness. Resist becoming too involved in the commercialism, for you are well aware at this point that more does not equal happiness. Outside pressures are tugging at your emotions to buy, suggesting that the bigger and better the gift, the more love you will show and receive. You are being bombarded with suggestions telling you that in order to be a good parent, friend, partner, son or daughter, you must give expensive gifts. Remain awake, selecting your gifts with care and thought while using intuition to seek the gift that would speak most to the person. That is, be guided from within rather than from without. Keep things simple, and allow the gifts you give to reflect love with an understanding of the receiver. Never allow giving a gift to be just a duty, for these gifts will carry the negative energy you feel. Christmas, in its truer sense, is not about the birth of a male child named Jesus, but is a material sense of the birth of the Christ that takes place within. Christmas takes place within each and every person at some point in the spiritual journey. Many of you are experiencing that now. Only a humble state of consciousness, the stable, one rid of false ego trappings and beliefs, is able to birth the Christ light. Jesus tried to give this message to the world 2,000 years ago, but the unawake majority of that time were unable to understand and instead then and even now believe that only Jesus personally represented the message. All have within them a Christ child waiting to be born. The world in general believes Christmas to be either a seasonal holiday time for parties and gifts, or it believes it to be the birth of the only Son of God, Jesus, and must be celebrated accordingly. Neither of these beliefs are correct. The outer trappings of Christmas are only symbols for the true Christmas that only takes place within. We see many struggle to create popular concepts of Christmas, even when they may no longer resonate with them. If you are tempted with guilt over not being able to provide the biggest and best for those you love, quickly recognize these suggestions to be concepts of a third-dimensional belief system wherein retailers believe they must promote and struggle aggressively in order to financially succeed. The Arcturian Group wishes to speak about the energy that manifests as a sense of separation. At this seasonal time, emotions of separation are often more deeply experienced. Christmas time brings to mind for many memories of past family gatherings. These memories often include only the fun and richness, never the discords of an earlier time. Photos, pictures, songs, films, etc. that shout from the media and stores promote the old-fashioned Christmas, which serves to activate in many a fruitless longing and sadness due to a perceived inability to recreate this imaginary old-fashioned Christmas for themselves and their families. Because of this, many become exhausted with the effort, and believe themselves to be failures at being the perfect mom, dad, brother, son, daughter, parent, friend, etc. These images are concepts, dear ones, just concepts. As awakened ones, you are ready to refuse to buy the package. As we have said so many times, let intuition guide you. If you no longer wish to celebrate as you have in the past, say so. If you choose to do things differently, do it. This is how you reclaim your innate power. We are not advising that you avoid all celebrations. Enjoy those that resonate with you, for joy is the energy closest to the divine. We simply remind you to be alert to the hypnotism of the season, urging you to continue traditions that may no longer be your state of consciousness. Intuitively consider what and how you choose to celebrate. The higher resonating energy field of just one awakened individual can lighten the energy of a whole room. Lovingly attending an event out of respect for the host can be an expression of unconditional love. Use discretion in making your choices, and listen to the voice of your intuition regarding celebrations, traditions, gifts, etc. Live silently and secretly in the world, but not of it. All are in and of one divine consciousness, and because this consciousness is omnipresent, there exists nothing else from which anything could be formed. If there were something outside of the one, You would not have an omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient God. The choice is yours to accept or not. There exists only one consciousness, and therefore every living thing is an end of it. It is all there is, the only substance, law, idea, etc. manifesting itself in infinite form and variety. You can never be separated from what you are, and are thus never separate from other forms of it. The world consists of many individuals of differing states of awareness, and this appears to human eyes as separation rather than individuality. We speak of the true self, the spiritual essence of everyone's being, that which cannot be seen with human eyes or understood with a human mind. Animals, plants, crystals, minerals, water, air, elementals, humans, nature spirits, as well as beings living on other planets are all in and of the one and same substance, one consciousness individually expressed. Individual consciousness, still the one and only consciousness there is, when conditioned with beliefs of good and evil, will manifest accordingly, for you are creators. There is only one mind, but in the human scene, that one mind has become filled with beliefs of duality and separation. This is the illusion. The vast riches of divine consciousness are unfathomable to most at this time. There can never be an end to divine ideas, for divine consciousness is infinite. The third-dimensional state of consciousness rests on the bottom rung of a very long ladder of which most intellectuals of the world are totally unaware. Some evolved souls try and speak of these things, but are more often than not relegated to being dreamers. This will change as more and more light enters the consensus consciousness of the world. There is an infinity of information, ideas, life form expressions, and advanced ways of living and doing things, awaiting your discovery. Scientists have been taught to accept only that which they can prove with three-dimensional tools, and those who do discover higher truths are often afraid to speak of them for fear of losing credibility within the scientific community. The old ways are dissolving, dear ones. Be prepared to be wowed by things you had no idea existed outside of fantasy, for divine consciousness is infinite in its expression, and you are that. You are that. As you rise above world concepts, you will begin to align more and more with the higher dimensional energies still unavailable to most at this time. As you resonate with the frequencies of the higher levels, you align with the vast spiritual fruits of those higher frequencies, intuition, ideas, unconditional love, and so much more. Evolution is an ongoing journey in which more is always given when ready. Life on Earth is like going to school. Some are in grade school, others in high school, many in college, and now a great many of you are becoming professors. There is no one right way to evolve. It is a process of discarding and moving beyond all that is not of truth. This cannot be done in one lifetime. Most of you have done the preliminary work through hundreds of lifetimes, and are ready now for the final push of clearing the remnants of old cellular memories and negative energy. Never be afraid to release those things in your life that no longer serve you. Let all that is old and finished go, not with a sense of anger, defeat, or failure, but with love and gratitude. Give thanks for the painful experiences of your lives, for without them you would not be where you are today. These experiences force one to dig deeper, grow, and move on, and are always overseen by the higher self. This is evolution, an intellectual awareness followed by the practice, and then a gradual release of all that is false, while replacing it with the truth until you become that unconditioned state of consciousness in which the Christ is born. All is well, all is proceeding according to plan if you allow it. If you allow it. We are the Arcturian group. Channeled by Marilyn Raphael. www.onenessofall.com